As you can see, it's not long before I'm ready to change my color, so I'm very excited to take this off. I didn't use a peel off base this time, but I did use an easy off base, so it shouldn't take long for me to soak it off, especially if your removal prep is done well. What I mean by that is you remove all of the top coat, and if you have extensions, the color too. The reason for that is I believe most top coats aren't actually soak off, like they are engineered to give a perfect glass finish that doesn't yellow, so I suspect that they're probably either hard gel or semi-hard gel. And remember, hard gel is not permeable with acetone. The only way to remove them is to file them off. So basically, the thinner the product you leave behind, the easier it is to soak and the faster it is to take it off. Actually, normally this base gel peels off in almost like one single piece. Not on this nail because I did use a primer in certain areas. Normally I don't use primer, honestly, but this time I put it on spots that I'm prone to lifting. So in the case that it doesn't fully come off, you just want to reapply your foil, maybe with more acetone if needed. And if the gel still feels like it's on the thicker side, you can even file it down a little bit more. On my pinky, I didn't apply anything, and as you can see, it easily comes off. True to the product's name. Also, if you see any areas where the nail is like chalky, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have sustained damage. It can just mean that the nail is dehydrated, which is totally normal because acetone is really drying. So naturally, the way that you tell is you rehydrate the nail. So here I'm actually just using a little bit of cuticle softener, which is predominantly water, and the spot is gone. But you could also use cuticle oil, although not necessarily rehydrating. It is still showing you where there is and is not damage, because if that area still stays white, like as white as your free edge or darker, that is mechanical damage, namely too much pressure on that nail. So digging, scraping while pressing really hard, don't do it. And that is why I prefer to remove the gel with my nail instead of a cuticle pusher. I thought I grabbed a different color, so that's why I'm closing this right back up, but then I remembered that I don't actually have said color that I was looking for, so I decided to make it. And if you remember this video, I get several inquiries regarding this color, usually whenever I post it, like on anywhere, but unfortunately, like most of the products I have, it is old. So I'm gonna show you how to make this too. All you need are 4 to 5 primary colors. And if you're like Arian, those aren't primary colors. I am using CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, black, which if you own a color printer, you have definitely bought these inks before. So if they can make other colors out of that, you can do the same with this. Now, color number 20 is what I would call a vibrant jelly pink. So to replicate something similar, you just need a generous amount of magenta pigment and a high ratio of clear gel to share it out. And also I added just a touch of white to dial it back a little bit. However, the color that I'm going for today is something more neutral. So if you ever want to desaturate a color, make a muted version of it, you just need to mix it with the color that's opposite of it on the color wheel. And how much you add determines how much you'll cancel out the original hue. So just like color correction when you're doing your makeup. Ultimately, you can see I used a lot of green because I've desaturated the magenta down to a color that is no longer vibrant at all, so that it kind of matches my nail beds and seamlessly transitions into a nice ombre. It's also sheer enough to blend, but also opaque enough to camouflage the white of my free edge. I like to do this because it creates an illusion of longer nail beds when you can't see a clear line of demarcation where the free edge starts. And I really wanted to expand on this design because in all actuality, even though I appreciate simplicity, I really love more detailed art. Like, to my core, I actually love maximalism, which I know you can't tell, right? Like, if you've seen some of my older videos, maybe just like Instagram photos, I've always done hand painting because that's my favorite. But I've had to do more minimal looks because essentially I've been reteaching myself how to do my nails after not using gel for so long. And I would have loved to have continued doing that and making it more realistic, but the dopamine deprivation got me. I do have a little bit of muscle memory, but some of these products are newer to me, so that makes a difference. Like, just this took me a solid 3 hours, but you know what? That's okay. Because at the end of the day, I ain't never got to worry about a hey boo text. If you are a reliable professional, number one, start putting your city in your bio because I'm tired. I've been trying to get braids since last summer. And number two, I don't want to have to DM you about scheduling. Because if you were using Squarespace, not only could you be booking appointments in your sleep, better yet, you'd be practicing your craft instead of managing your calendar. Like, if I didn't have tools to assist with admin, I'd cry. Because anything that doesn't involve exploring creativity is boring. So it's either delegate or make it a game. And I'd much rather use an aid than try making adulting fun. So that's why I appreciate features like BioSite and templates, which allow me to just insert the pertinent information, but the design and the formatting is done for me. For example, the newsletter, which is already beautiful, which, by the way, I'm happy to report the site is back up and running. In fact, if you already signed up, you probably received the welcome newsletter in your inbox. So if you haven't already signed up for Squarespace, what you waiting for? I've been telling you this since way back when. If you want to try it out, you get a discount with abetweene, or just go ahead and go to squarespace.com/abetweene.